painting it. A lot of times you'll see color wheels that are already made, but I wanted to show you how to mix the colors and how to paint a color wheel. Let's just go to it. So you will need your water, and then some kind of mixing tray, and then obviously your watercolors. Okay, I like having a paper towel on hand as well. And then I also like, occasionally I like to have a test strip just to test out the colors to see if they work. So I have a test strip here as well. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and start with the primary colors. Since everything is made from those, I think it just helps to keep it straight. So I'm going to go ahead and paint in red first. And you dip your brush in water, dip it in the pigment, bring it over to your tray, get some water in there so that it moves for you. But you also, depending on how rich you want it to be, if you want it richer, then you definitely have more pigment in there. And then you just bring your brush out to the edge and then down to the point of the triangle. And notice how I'll lighten it up to the point and kind of bring the point straight down on the brush. In yellow. All right, so I'll go ahead and paint that in. And at this angle, I can bring in the brush, the point, into that corner. So you could always rotate your color wheel around if that makes it easier. All right, and then now I'm going to go to my third primary, which is blue. I have plenty of moisture here right in the watercolor pan. Get that filled in. Now I want to start mixing my primaries. So I'm going to mix blue and red to make violet. So right here in my tray I have some red already. Get a little bit more of that and then mix in blue. Now, if you have a set that has purple in it already, sure, it is tempting to use the purple straight out of the kit, but I do recommend to just go for it and try to make your own. It's really part of the fun of making a watercolor wheel, or just a color wheel, period, to make your own colors and really learn how to mix your own colors. Where the test strip comes in to see if you like the purple that you have. I'm liking that. I think that's a pure kind of like a grape purple, so I'm going to use that one. I'm going to go ahead and put that in there. And then as you go, you'll want to be careful when you go from triangle to triangle, and when they start, they're next to each other, you want to be careful that that you don't go to one that is wet. So I'm going to let that dry before I go to the next ones over here. If anything, just keep them slightly separated. Okay, so I'm going to go to the red-violet side, and so I'm going to grab more. I'm going to go ahead and grab more red and just mix it on this side of my tray. So this will be more of a red-violet. I get just a little bit more red. And then I'm going to test out my color and see if it's what I want it to be. Okay, I'm happy with that. So I'm going to go ahead and paint that in there. Okay, then we're going to go to blue-violet. So on the other side here, I'm going to grab more blue. onto the other side of the violet pile. Mix that up really well on both sides of my brush. And then I'm going to test it. I like that. So I'm going to go ahead and bring it over here to the blue violet. All right, I'm really liking this. Okay. Now guys, I'm going to mix blue and yellow to make green. So I'm going to go ahead and clean out because that's pretty much all of my cool colors or just of my purplish colors, and this is getting really dirty, so I need to clean this out. And then I'll get another paper towel. I like to have plenty of paper towels nearby, a fresh paper towel. And then I'm going to grab some new water. I always like having fresh water around. Okay, so now, again, blue and yellow make green. So I'm going to go ahead and mix that in my tray. And again, I would just, get started right by mixing your own colors. So I have yellow and then blue. And I'm going to make plenty because I have to go to both sides by making the yellow green and the blue green. So I want to have plenty of it. So I'm going to give it, get some more pigment in here so I can have plenty. All right, so there's yellow. Here's some more blue. Okay, so that is a pretty rich green. So I'm going to go ahead and go in here and paint that in there. So you get it right in the triangle, best you can. Okay, now on one side, I'm going to make the yellow green. So just on this side, and I need more water. Need more water. Okay, and then on the other side of my, go ahead and paint that in there. Right, so here we go. All right, now I'm going to go over here and make blue green, so I need to add blue. Okay, so then I'm adding blue. Mix that up really well. Okay, now I'm happy with that. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and bring that over. And I'm just keeping a little bit of space in between the blue green and the green, so it doesn't bleed. I'm trying my best there. Even if I go slightly outside of the wheel, that's okay. All right, so I'm pretty happy with that. Now I'm going to go over and make my orange. So this is pretty full of my cool greens, so I'm just going to clean that out. And I'm going to go over here to my dirty water and clean out my brush so I have it nice and fresh for orange. And I want to keep that water clean. All right, so here's my fresh paper towel, and I'm going to go ahead. At this point, my yellow has gotten quite dirty, so I'm just going to kind of pick that out with some water, get some fresh water, and just kind of pick that out so that it stays fresh, or it's going back to being clean, because it has a bunch of green in there, or blue, to, again, making an orange with yellow and red. So I'm going to get red in here. Plenty of red. All right, because I want plenty so that I can go back and forth again to make yellow orange and red orange. Beautiful orange in the tray, and it looks nice on my test strip. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and paint orange in. Okay, now I'm going to do red orange. So I need more red on the one side of the pile of orange. And I'm going to see how it looks over here compared to the orange. Yeah, that looks like a good red orange. So I'm going to go ahead and paint that in there. Okay, and then lastly I have yellow orange. So I need to bring more yellow over onto this side of the orange. So I'm going to bring that on in there. Oh yeah, it's different enough between the original orange and the yellow to make a nice yellow orange. And so again, these are these in-between colors, like the yellow orange, red violet, etc. These are the tertiary colors. All right. So there you go. You have, this is the primary colors color wheel. So now you know how to make one. All right, guys, thank you. Let me know if you have any questions.